Okay, good day. In this video, you will learn that a variable, even though not perfectly distributed, can be assumed or approximated as normally distributed. At the same time, you will learn the definition of a normal distribution, the properties of the theoretical normal distribution, the normal and skew distributions, and the shape and position with a normal curve. Okay. Now, from the previous video, na banggit ko sa inyo that a normal distribution can be used to study many variables that are not perfectly normally distributed. And alam naman natin that no variable fits a normal distribution perfectly. Ibig sabihin, lahat ng variable, if you're going to determine the graph or its distribution, it's not perfectly normal distribution. Kaya nga tinatawag natin siyang theoretical distribution. But what is behind the logic that we can use the normal distribution curve so that we can study many variables that are not perfectly normally distributed? Bakit ba natin pwedeng gamitin yung normal distribution curve dun sa mga variables na hindi naman perfectly normally distributed? Okay? So, pag-aralan natin yung mga susunod na slides. We all know that in mathematics, that curves can be represented by equations. Like a straight line can be represented by ax plus by plus c equals 0. Also, the equation of a parabola with vertex at the origin, we have y squared equals 4ax, y squared equals negative 4ax, yung mga yan. Also, in conic section, if you still remember, the equation of the circle is x squared plus y squared equals r squared, radius equal to r, with center at the origin of the xy plane. Papansin nyo, itong circle na to, maraming pwedeng pagkagamitan to in representing many physical objects. It can be used to represent a wheel or a gear. Even though it is not possible to have or to manufacture a wheel that is perfectly round, pwede pa rin natin gamitin yung equation of the circle and properties of a circle para pag-aralan yung ibang aspeto ng wheel like area, velocity, and acceleration. Ginamit natin yung equation and property of the circle to study more about the aspects of a wheel. Okay? Kahit hindi siya perfectly round, we can still use x squared plus y squared equals r squared to represent the hindi perfectly round na wheel. Okay? In the similar manner, ganun din yung ating normal distribution curve. Yung ating theoretical curve, also called normal distribution curve, pwede rin natin siyang gamitin sa pag-aaral ng mga variables that are not perfectly or perfect normally distributed. Pero pwede nating i-approximately normal siya. Okay? So, ganun yun kung paano ang circle, the properties and equation of the circle can be used to understand more about a wheel that is not perfectly round, same as in the similar manner, ganun din yung ating theoretical curve. Okay? Pwede natin siyang gamitin in studying variables that are not perfectly normally distributed. Now, when it comes to the definition of normal distribution says if a random variable has a probability distribution whose graph is continuous, bell-shaped, and symmetric, it is called normal distribution. Ito yung kanyang katangian, dapat siya continuous, bell-shaped, at symmetric. Ibig sabihin, sa center niya, ang ating bell-shaped curve, symmetric siya to the left, tsaka sa right side niya. Okay? At yung graph niya, tinatawag natin normal curve. And the mathematical equation for a normal distribution is this one, y equals e raised to the negative quantity square x minus mu over 2 times the variance all over standard deviation times the square root of 2 pi. Na kung saan yung ating a is 2.718 approximately equal to 2.718. We have pi is 3.14. Mu is the population mean, and the sigma is the population standard deviation. Now, hindi naman natin gagamitin actually yung equation in determine the value of y kasi meron naman tayong table in applied statistics na yung gagamitin natin for specific problems instead of using this equation. Okay? Also, ang mas mahalaga naman talaga is, in statistics pala, mas mahalaga is area under a normal distribution curve. Okay? Yan ang mas mahalaga sa atin kesa dun sa values on the y-axis. And sometimes, kung mapapansin nyo sa illustration natin dito, wala naman talaga yung ini-omit natin yung y-axis. Okay? Now, the next is how about the shape and position of a normal distribution curve. When it comes to the shape and position of normal distribution, it depends on two parameters. We have the mean and the standard deviation. And we have here graph letter A. If we have the same mean of two normally distributed and different standard deviations, mapapansin ninyo yung standard deviation of 2, ang equivalent graph niya ay mas spread out as compared dun sa ating normally distributed natin na variable na ang standard deviation ay 1. Also, when it comes to the shape and position of normal distribution, if we have same standard deviation but different populations, population mean, mapapansin ninyo yung ating mean na 2 as compared to the mean of 0, we have the curve is moved 2 units to the right. Okay? They have the same shape, pero lamang yung ating isang normally distributed variable is moved 2 units to the right because of the different value of the mean. Okay? So that is about the definition of the normal distribution, the shape and position of normal distribution, and you also learned the logic behind the theoretical distribution. Next video, I'm going to give you the properties of the theoretical normal distribution. Thank you.